Great. Today's topic in business IGCSE is legal controls over employment. When we talk about legal controls, basically we're talking about laws that government have enacted or government have made to protect the rights of employees. So there's employment. What is employment itself? Employment means certain individual has been employed, a certain individual has gotten a job, certain individual has accepted the offer of an employer. That is employment. So there's an agreement between both the employers and the employee. That brings about employment. I think it's clear. So employees should be answerable to employers, yes or no?
Yes.
As a result, employers have edge over employees. Do you get the point I'm saying here?
What do you mean
Edge. Like, because you are answerable to them, they've employed you, they gave you a job. So they have the right to tell you what to do, what not to do relative to the job. Yes or no? Great. So they might do excesses, they might come up with excesses.
Employers can control employees.
Yeah, they have the working hours. In as much as you are at the workplace, you are answerable to your employers. Yes or no?
Yeah.
As a result, they have edge over you. But for excesses, not to exploit you, government have to protect you. So this is why we have legal controls over employment, to protect the rights legally, to protect laws that will protect
So
the rights of
they can have
employees.
the freedom or something.
Not really freedom. Their rights should be protected. That means whatever they do as
Should be
employees,
fair.
they should be fair. Yeah.
Okay.
So the legal controls bring about fairness to employment. Do you understand what legal control is now?
Yeah.
Okay. So let's read anyway. Legal controls over employment. Government often pass legislation to protect people at work. Without such protection, some businesses would exploit their workers. They might pay low wages, make them work long hours, deny them employment rights, expose them to danger.
Really bad things.
Yeah, discriminate against certain groups or dismiss them unfairly. So, when we talk about legal controls over employment, we are simply talking about ways in which government will come up with laws that will protect the rights of employees.
Yes.
So that they won't be discriminated, so that they won't be paid low wages, so that they won't work longer hours than expected. Do you understand? These are what we call legal controls.
It reminds me of something.
Yes, please. What? It reminds you of something?
Yeah.
Like what?
Japanese animation companies,
Okay.
which they exploit animators to work longer hours with less money.
So these things, if they are illegal. In as much as it depends on how the law of the country is.
Yeah.
So in as much as they are not following the laws, then they will be penalized for it. Do you get it? But all in all, legal controls over employment simply talks about how the rights of employees are protected.
Yes.
So that they won't be exploited. Is legal controls clear? Great. So we go on.
So they can have the rights and never exploit them on like adding extra hours for no
Whatever
payments.
they do, they need to be paid for.
Yeah.
That's
Or
just it.
Or this wages than it was.
Whatever employees do, it has to be under the legal framework of what they are supposed to do. That is what legal control is. Now we go to what equal opportunities. What are equal opportunities? When it comes to equal opportunities, it means whatever is being given to me, whatever is applicable to me, is applicable to you in terms of the job we do.
Should be equal.
That is what we call equal opportunities. So whatever you have access to, I should have access to it too.
Yeah.
Do you get it? So let's read anyway. Businesses have to make a choice when recruiting staff or selecting employees for promoting or training. Choosing one person over another based on characteristic is known as discrimination. If a business chooses a person,
discrimination.
I'm going to explain anyway. If a business chooses a person because they are more skilled and better qualified than another, this would be legal. However, it is illegal in most countries to discriminate on the grounds of gender, race, disability, gender preferences, religion, or age. So, discrimination is everywhere. But it is legal if I'm discriminating, if I'm choosing you ahead of her because you have more skills than her. That is legal. I've chosen you based on the framework of intelligence, based on the framework of you knowing more than your competitor or your colleague. So if I've chosen you ahead of your colleague because you are more skilled than your colleague, because you are more qualified than your colleague, that is still legal.
Mm.
But if I'm choosing you based on the fact that you are my brother,
Mm.
then it is discrimination. It is
Mm.
illegal. If I'm choosing you based on gender, if I'm choosing you based on religion, if I'm choosing you based on
Age.
the ground of age, this is illegal. It is discrimination, which is not what the law wants.
Mm.
Do you understand? So we call it illegal discrimination. If I'm choosing you because of race, if I'm choosing you because of the country you come from,
Yeah.
so this is illegal.
Mm.
It shouldn't happen. This is what we call equal opportunities. Do you understand now?
Yeah, sure.
So what are those?
So the law should be every business should do.
Every employers
Yeah, every employer should do
should be fair
yeah,
in their
fair,
judgment.
Yeah, and give more opportunities based on their skills
Skills
and
yes.
intelligence.
Yes.
Mm.
So there should be fairness in your judgment
Yeah.
as employer.
Mm.
That is the point there. So what are the grounds of discrimination here? We start with gender, the first one.
Okay.
Gender discrimination, sometimes called gender discrimination, I won't use that word here.
Okay.
Usually, though not exclusively, occurs when a woman in the workplace does not receive equal treatment because she is a female. Women now form a significant proportion of working population. So I'm going to explain, I'm just going to quickly summarize what gender discrimination is. Gender discrimination occurs when a female is not given the same opportunity as a male on the
Yeah.
ground of being a female.
Yeah, I heard of these things.
That is gender discrimination.
Yeah.
It is illegal.
Mm.
So in as much as the lady has the same qualification as you do and she has the same skills as you do, then she can still she's in the right frame of mind to work as you can, then she should be given the same opportunity as you have given, as you were given. Do you get it? So if that doesn't happen, if a woman is being denied equal opportunity as a result of being a woman, that is gender discrimination. Is it
Yeah.
clear? Is it clear, please?
Yeah.
We go on. So in many countries, laws have been passed to help deal with the problem of gender discrimination. 2 UK laws are shown in the box. Okay. So basically, how do we know it is gender discrimination? One, advertisement for jobs must not specify a particular gender. When you are advertising, when a company is advertising for an opening, you shouldn't specify if you want a man or a woman. It is gender discrimination. It should be equal opportunity for employment.
Yeah.
2, references to work titles in job must be genderless. For example, a business could not advertise for a policeman or a saleswoman. The job title must be police officer or a salesperson. Promotion must not be made on the basis of gender, and people cannot be dismissed because they are male or female. You don't dismiss people. You don't promote people because they are a male. You don't promote people because they are female. That is gender discrimination. Clear. Wages for staff occupying the same position must be the same for both men and women. So in as much as we are doing the same job, we should get the same pay. Clear. Businesses will have to take more care when designing internal documents such as the person specification and job discrimination. This is to ensure that jobs do not limit applicants from a particular gender. So whatever job application you are given, whatever specification or job description you are given, it should not neglect, or it should not be restricted to certain gender. So if this happens, it is illegal and it is discrimination. Do you get it? That is gender discrimination. Any question about gender discrimination?
No.
So we're done with gender discrimination.
It's very obvious. So you should basically everything meant that you should treat everyone
Equally, yes.
depending on their skills and intelligence.
Yes.
Not on their gender or race or
Do you get it?
from a country or something.
Yes. Do you get it now,
Yeah.
please? So we'll go on. I'll be right back, please.